What is up, guys? We are back at it with another episode. Today is March 1st, 2024. It is a new month, which means new month, new opportunities. On this quick episode, we are going to go over the numerology and astrology for the month so you guys can best utilize it to your best abilities based off of the energy. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So this March, it's a partial 3-month because March is the third month and it's a total 11-month. So what does that mean for you guys? 3 and 11. It's a great month to meditate, visualize, and to really get clear on your goals. And I guess not guess, because if we say guess, we just basically canceled out what we just said before. So with the 11 and 3 energy, it's all about creativity and alignment with your energy. People can be emotional. It also may not be the best month to fly, especially on those 11 days, because with the under 11 energy, that's when there's the most plane crashes or malfunction on the plane. And morally, it would not be right for me to tell you. Morally, it would not be right if I didn't tell you that, because then you go flying an 11 day and then there's a delay and all that shit. And we're all about utilizing our time because time is what life is made of. So yeah, if you plan on traveling, I don't know about going by plane, man, because yeah. So with the 3 energy, expect people to be social this month. Great month to be social, because 3 is that childlike energy, like tapping into that inner spirit, which is also correlated with that 11 energy, visualization. And control your emotions this month. Remember 4 years ago in 2020, it was around March when, this pandemic, the scandemic came out. This is real talk with John, so let's be honest. It's an election cycle, it's an election season, and they already have been putting little like hints and nuggets of like that something may come up, may not come up. It really depends on how the public is malleable, because if the public just says no, then we all Gucci. But if people fall for the propaganda and shit, then I don't know. Because we also have to remember, back in September, they invested millions of dollars into like supplies. And the way these people think, they don't think just one day, 1 week. They think months, they think years ahead. So, you have that. You have the the alleged cyber attacks. You have the preparation of what they're talking about in April 8th about the solar flares. A lot of shit that may try to rile people up, and the main thing is to keep your cool and to keep your emotions in check. Be social, have time with your mates, have time with your families. It's a 3-month, so it's great energy to talk to people, especially with the springtime coming up and the spring solstice on the 21st. Winter's coming to an end, and now the springtime is coming. And along with that, a 3 and 11 energies, if you seem to be emotional during this month, I advise you to train, go for a walk, lift some weight, do some workouts. And if you're not really sure on what to do for your workouts, go follow Get Fit with John. They'll be able to help you with your training routine and find the holistic pathway for you. Now that we know the month energy, the year energy is 8 and 4. 8, money, power, karma. 4 is law and order, structure, and discipline. So, along with that energy, handling your internal power, because your internal power then turns into external power, and you're handling your money, handling your finances, making your investments, and then you're treating people right, acting righteously. You'll be good this year, and especially it's a dragon year, so you want to honor your word. Another thing to be mindful of is the 4 energy, which is like really management. So it's really being able to have structure in your life and a routine. that's just the universal energy. Because then another factor is your own personal energy, your personal year, and your personal month. So for those of you listening, that's like a case by case. So if you're ever curious about that, you could just send me a message on Twitter, or you could DM me on Instagram. I share my socials below, so you could, if you have any questions on that, we could chat it up and collab. The last thing I want to say before we end this episode is it's also a cat month too. So there may be mind games, and like I mentioned before, it's funny how they did this in March 4 years ago with the whole mind games, because after a couple days, after a couple weeks, you kind of realize it was all a facade. But redemption is coming, and now the people have a second chance, because now all you see are these you see the reports about the results from the vaccine, and even though they say it's rare, like, come on guys, they lied to you before. And like, honestly guys, I'll create another episode and we'll go down that rabbit hole, because when you find out the truth, you kind of look at everybody like, what? Like, you telling me that these people wanted to hide the results for 75 years, didn't want to say the ingredients on this, and there's no long-term effects? I don't know, man. But if you're tuning into this, you guys are past that, and it's important to be past that. However, like, not to forget, because remember, what happened in 2020 happened before. It happened in 1976 with I believe it was a swine flu vaccine, and there's old recordings that you could see how people died from it, all this stuff. It wasn't as like it was in 2020, because they just introduced mRNA, which mRNA connects with your DNA, and that's a whole nother. 2020 compared to 1976 was a different ball game. However, the same tactics were used, the same strategies and manipulation. The only difference was, instead of just being it on a global TV, they have the internet now, which, if you have an iPhone, it's right at the top of your phone. If you have an Android, you probably don't use your phone as much, but you still have the same tools and access to the internet. Most people have smartphones, especially in America and around the globe. So it's like they know that it's like another source to manipulate and to have close contact, because not as many people watch the news anymore. If you do, I don't know, you may be a dumbass, but like, if you watch it still, let me rephrase that. If you watch the news and you still believe everything they tell you, you're a dumbass. It's the redemption for you. You're a dumbass, good person, all love. It's no judgment. It's just like when you tell somebody the sky is blue. When you tell somebody the sky is red and you go outside, it's blue, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? So it's like when you tell somebody that a treatment, a new drug is safe and effective, and then 3 years later all these side effects come out. However, if you were paying attention doing your research, all the side effects were known when they first came out with the rollout. And I specifically remember in 2021, I have a medical peer-reviewed. It was a peer-reviewed, and it was March 2021, and it listed the 158 side effects that were possible from that. So if you guys want a copy of that, just send me a DM and be like, hey, I listened to the podcast. Can you please send me that PDF of the medical peer review back in March 2021, and I'll gladly send it to you guys. So, we went on a tangent there, but back to the numerology for the month. Total 11, partial 3. And it's a cat month. So be mindful of the mind games. Have fun, socialize with your people, and keep your emotions in check. And always think about the bigger picture. And yeah, y'all have a great month of March, and stay tuned for the next episode.